I am disappointed at the Japanese government. Other than mind, what the fuck is singles tax? So from April 2026, they started imposing the singles tax on us in order to finance its child care support system and address the declining birth rate by discouraging us singles from staying single. Like, what the fuck, you know? I am pissed. I am pissed not because I need to support parents with children, right? I'm on board with that. It's great, right? But it makes me feel depressed because it seems like there's a tax on every action we take and every decision we make, right? We pay tax for making money, we pay tax for buying something, we pay tax for being single now. It's crazy that they're trying to squeeze everything out of us despite the inflation and the weak economy, like they have no idea how much us average people are suffering because of the high living cost. Everything is going up. Food, rent, utilities, and gasoline. I remember back in 2020 before COVID hit, one rice bowl at a convenience store was only 100 yen or something, right? In that ballpark. And cuts to 2026, the same rice bowl costs 200 yen, almost 200 yen, right? It has doubled over the course of the past 5 years. It's insane. But our wages haven't increased that much, right? Clearly, the inflation is outrunning wage increases. And because of it, a lot of people are suffering and living paycheck to paycheck. But at this very timing, they added another burden on us, the singles tax. It's just unfathomable for me. Don't get me wrong, the amount of tax, the singles tax we need to pay isn't a lot. It's only 500 yen or something a month, all right? It changes depending on how much you make, but on average, it's only 500 yen a month. It's negligible on paper, but just psychologically, it makes me feel, you know, depressed. It's a reminder that they're going to keep coming for us, right? At this rate, they're gonna be charging us for being tall, good looking, athletic, or some stupid things like that, right? It's so crazy. And what does make sense to me with this initiative is that if they're trying to increase the birth rate, they should be working on lowering taxes for younger people with average income, because the root cause of the declining birth rate is because of the, financial instability of those people, the younger generation, right? It's not like they don't want to have a kid, they won't have children, but they are postponing it. They're delaying marriage and starting a family because of their financial instability. So they're trying to be financially stable, right? However, when they reach that point where they are finally ready to have a baby, they can afford, to have a baby, they're no longer fertile, right? And that's what's happening with this whole situation. And unless the government tries to, solve that root cause, nothing is going to change. So this scheme of the singles tax isn't gonna move the needle. It's not gonna change anything. It's a drop in the bucket, right? So that makes me wonder if they are really stupid and did they put a lot of thought into it, right? Yeah, and also I'm wondering if this funding is actually going to parents with kids because this government doesn't have a good track record of properly using public funding. We see and hear a lot of news about the government's wasteful spending and local politicians misappropriating public funds. It's crazy. It's all over the place. So it makes you wonder if they actually going to help parents with kids with this funding. Yeah. And speaking of tax and stupid government and the flawed system, I saw news about a guy which happened a couple weeks ago. He couldn't receive the inheritance from his mother because he couldn't pay the inheritance tax within the deadline, and he ended up losing 2 billion yen worth of property, which is just messed up, right? So what happened was his mother, who was a famous singer and actress, passed away and left 2 billion yen worth of property like music royalties and real estate, right? And he was going to inherit all of it. However, by the Japanese law, in order to receive the inheritance from your ancestors, you need to pay the inheritance tax within 10 months after the person's death. So he had to prepare 1.1 billion yen in cash to receive the inheritance, right? And obviously he couldn't prepare that much cash on time within 10 months, right? So he had to renounce it. Okay, I'm not gonna get it. I don't need it. I'm gonna let it go, right? It's so messed up, and people are questioning the whole system and how they handle tax, right? Like they should have allowed him to receive the inheritance first and giving him more time to liquidate it to pay the tax, right? But they didn't. And people are questioning their how they do things and the whole system. It's so flawed and no compassion. And yeah, so all the things considered, when they announced they were going to start this initiative, the singles tax to support parents with kids and address the low birth rate, we couldn't believe them. We thought, okay, this is the another, excuse to milk money out of us. All right, they're going to make us more miserable and, you know, make this make it unlivable, right? So people are depressed and pissed because of it. Yeah, I'm done. I'm just done. So people, I mean, my audience is a lot of English speakers and, foreigners, I guess. So you shouldn't come to Japan. You shouldn't live here. It's just insane. The future is grim. So yes, that's pretty much it. If you found this video resonating, let me know in the comments.